distinguished scholars, dynamic students, dear brothers and sisters, a very beautiful Islamic greeting. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. The caption of my write-up is basically, as the chairman said, Nursi's Islamic model for modern Muslims. But the main theme of my write-up revolves around the subtitle, Nursi's Solutions to Modern Muslims' Problems. Dear friends, Badiuzzaman Sayyid Nursi was not only endowed with scholastic temperament, he was also filled with inner spiritual and sophistic spark that filled him with a stubborn flame of desire to save Muslims from the clutches of crisis. And to meet this end, to achieve this noble cause, he resorted to rejuvenate, revive, and re-inaugurate the universal and egalitarian principles and values of the Quran and Islam among modern Muslims. With his innate passion, unshakable faith, insatiable passion, stubborn courage, vast experience, wisdom, and scientific temperament, and a deep insight into the Quranic realities and worldly affairs, he put every possible effort, he exerted all efforts to provide Muslim community with remedy to all its problems, deficiencies, crises, evils, and diseases prevailing in all Muslim societies and Islamic countries, whether Muslims live in majority or minority. Dear friends, have you ever stopped to really think about what are the modern Muslims' problems? Have you ever really thought about it? According to Sayyid Nursi's perspective, or Risale Nur's perspective, the modern Muslims' problems are the practical weakness and deficiencies creeping into the Muslim world, entire Islamic world. However, he differentiated between the deficiencies of the Islamic world on this point and Islam itself. Clarifying his standpoint on this matter, he says, and I quote, "I saw that Islam, which comprises true civilization, was materially backward in relation to present-day civilization, as though Islam was vexed at our bad conduct and was departing for the past." End of the quote. Now coming to the solutions. This is the most baffling problems according to Sayyid Nursi's perspective, which all Muslims, whether they are in majority or minority, Islamic countries or in non-Islamic countries, democratic countries, this is the most baffling prevailing problem which has actually jeopardized the whole society of Muslim Ummah around the world. So Badiuzzaman Nursi's solutions to all these problems, Badiuzzaman Sayyid Nursi was of the view that the solution to the modernity related problems, both material and spiritual, was not philosophy of religion, but the heart of religion. According to the Quranic commentary Risale Nur, philosophy and reason are not capable enough to embrace all humanity due to their dependency on the material needs. But religion, in accordance with universal principles, can meet all human needs and modern necessities. Thus, Nursi substantiates his point. He says, and I quote, "The need of the people for religion is greater than the material needs." In this way, Badiuzzaman prescribed very effective cures to all these problems, evils that were prevailing from individuals to the entire Islamic world. He laid greater emphasis on the Muslims' individual self-confidence being reinforced through psychological renewal. At a time when the Islamic world was surrounded by deep crisis and defeat, in all his writings and speeches, the old Sayyid recommended hope in the face of despair. And to prevent individuals losing the psychological resistance, The old Sayyid sometimes uses the fundamentals of belief, sometimes natural events, and sometimes predictions about the future. He says, and I quote, "The future shall be of Islam and of Islam alone, and its ruler shall be the truths of the Quran and belief. Therefore, we must submit to divine determining and our fate of the present, for ours is a brilliant future, while the Europeans is a dubious past." One of the basic principles enshrined in Badi'uzzama's thought system is that of freedom. According to Risale-e-Nur's perspective, this is the basic element that forges link between the individual and society, leading to the psychological renewal and feeling of confidence. In the period of new Sayyid, Badi'uzzama described my freedom. He says, I quote, "I can live without bread, but I cannot live without freedom." End of quote. He further elaborates, "The true believer is truly free. One who is the slave and servant of the maker of the world will never condescend to lower himself before his creatures." That is to say, freedom is increased to the degree belief is strengthened. So Badi'uzzama considered freedom to be absolutely essential for the Islamic society's independence, both of the internal